Okay, this is the last 2 or 3 minutes of my best run ever. And basically, I would say about 400 hoverboards, believe it or not, in this run. Additionally, well, I posted a preview of this run at about 30 or 40,000 points. Additionally, I used a whole bunch of save me keys, which I guess some people would consider cheating. I don't, because the developers put it in the game. But you'll see when this run comes to an abrupt and sudden end, and the game asked me for 128 keys to continue at that point. Now, if you know this game well enough to know the save me keys, the first save me cost you 1, that's easy. Second is 2, third is 4, fourth is 8. By the time you get to the 5th, it's 16, and 32, and 64, and 128 was just too much for me to continue. This particular run took me days to do. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why the music is, you don't hear music and you just hear sound effects, that wasn't intentional. For some reason, at about 30 million, my music cut off. I think it's because I just paused the game one too many times. This run actually took me the better part of 3 or 4 days, and I don't mean that I was constantly playing it. It usually the nearest I can figure out, when you use a score booster, which I do, and you're at full 30 multiplier, that gives you 35 or 70 multiplier, depending on if you get a double multiplier power up. But I was playing. I figured out that it takes about 10 minutes per million points. So if you do the arithmetic, I'm at 52 million. So 52 million would be about 520 minutes. 600 minutes would be 10 hours. So this is like 8 hours and 40 minutes or something total. It's under 10 hours, but I was doing an hour here, 20 minutes there, 5 minutes. I did most of the playing, believe it or not, I did on the train on the way to and from work, which is why I didn't tape all the run. But as you can see, I have pretty good skills in this game, and one of the things I've learned is when you're good is not to rely on the hoverboards. It's great to use the hoverboards as a safety net, but you should be able to go through any sequence the game can throw at you without a board. And that's where I crashed. And notice the game is asking me for 128. Now look how many boxes. In 52 million, I picked up tons of boxes. I did a couple of challenges, so I completed a couple of challenges. Weirdly enough, I got stalled at about 15 million with no more challenges left to do, because I had something like one of the challenges came up that was get X amount of letters, or whatever. But look at how many boxes I've got. That's how many boxes I found on this run. It was just absurd. And then of course I got the sled, because this was the weekly hunt at around Christmas. That's the jingle sled, I think that is, whatever the hell that is. And there's there's another box. Let's see what we get. And there's my score: 78,877,430, and that's with no cheat. 78 plus million, almost 79 million. So I'm pretty proud of that score. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.